This is JK Boxing, and we're joined here today by Ashley Rak-Su. Ashley, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Bro, I'm good. I'm fine. So obviously the last time you had a fight was against Anthony Taylor on Misfits 2. I don't think that fight went how you expected, but you're back now. You've got your redemption fight coming up against King Kenny. So how was training this time round, preparing for an opponent like King Kenny, being different or similar to how you prepared for Anthony Taylor?
To be honest, I didn't know what to expect of Anthony Taylor. Like, I think I'm obviously a little bit of a novice. I've done like one white collar fight in a local town hall, and then another fight against a rapper who'd never fought before. So
Yeah, yeah,
I definitely wasn't prepared to be in there against somebody who'd had multiple professional boxing fights, multiple professional MMA fights. So I didn't really have any type of expectation as to how it was going to go. I was just like, I'm just going to train as hard as possible, do my best, and then see what happens. So this time around with Kenny, to be honest, it's a bit of a similar mentality because again, I don't know how good Kenny's actually going to be. So I'm like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just going to work my ass off, see where I get to, go in there, and then yeah, hopefully try and enjoy the moment. But I'm a lot more calm this time around. I feel like I've already experienced the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Um, I don't see anything happening in this fight with Kenny, which is going to be worse than what I experienced with AT. So it's probably made me a bit more relaxed this time around.
Yeah, I mean, you're on about your fight with Anthony Taylor there. Obviously, as you mentioned, you did lose that fight and get dropped within the first punch. But how did the 10-ounce gloves feel that you used within the fight? Did it feel different? Could you feel the difference between the 14-ounce gloves you used during sparring?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I spar in 16-ounce gloves as well, so
All right,
it's
yeah.
there's definitely a big difference. You can just feel obviously a lot more of a fist coming through. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad, but
Yeah, yeah.
obviously it's not a game. No head guards, 10-ounce gloves is serious business. So I feel like everyone involved in this world, like we all deserve some respect for taking on that challenge and the danger as well.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you deserve respect for stepping in the room for an opponent like Anthony Taylor, and once again with King Kenny. But continue talking about the Anthony Taylor fight. Did you get any nerves or like pressure going into that fight, or did your music background sort of say when you're on X Factor and stuff, did that kind of take it away since you were used to performing in front of like big crowds and stuff?
Yeah, no nerves from the crowd. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. Like the whole the whole week from the press conference, the public workouts to the ring walk to there just being all those people being in the arena and even afterwards, like I spent quite a lot of time afterwards just in the arena just talking to people that were just there, do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, yeah,
fans and the crowd, etc. So yeah, I love that element of it. The part that got me nervous was just the actual fight itself because of a lack of ring experience.
yeah, yeah.
So that's the only thing really. I just needed to be more comfortable actually in the ring, getting ready to go. That's where I guess I was a little bit nervous, but not overly, to be honest. I'd be lying to you if I turned around and I said like I lost because I was nervous or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like I was bricking myself. I was actually all right.
Yeah, I mean that's understandable. To be fair, you have got like the experience where with the big crowds and stuff, so I wasn't really expecting you to be nervous in that element. But like you said, lack of ring experience that was probably what caused it. But you're 4 weeks out now, March 4th, coming up against Kenny, like I mentioned. How did this fight come
Yeah,
about? Like, what was your reaction to facing such an opponent?
I mean, boy, when it was suggested to me, I was like, yes, yes, and yes. Like, I didn't ask no questions. I was just like, yo, just let me know when, what weight, how many rounds, and the answer is yes.
Yeah,
Like for me, there really wasn't a lot to think about. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah,
this was great opportunity. Obviously, Kenny's a massive profile. Um, so yeah, it was just a no-brainer for me, man. As soon as I got told, I didn't want to get too happy straight away because I was like, this might be too good to be true.
yeah.
So I was trying to like hold off on reaction. I didn't really want to tell anybody about it until like everything was actually made public. So I was like, there was a small part of me that was thinking, nah, Kenny's gonna pull out of this. Kenny's gonna pull out. So
Yeah.
yeah, now we're here for a week. I'm super happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can say no to a fight like that. To be fair, when the opportunity comes on, I think it's a no brainer. I think you have to take a fight like that. But Kenny's last fight, we fought last in Texas, against DK Money. He obviously knocked him out, got the win over him. What did you make of that performance? Did you
Yeah.
feel like it was a deserved win for Kenny?
Oh yeah, 100%. He went in there, he did what he needed to do. He was super clinical with it. It was a bit more aggressive than he had been beforehand. He had the shot that he caught him with. I don't think he'd thrown before either, which is a sign that he'd obviously been learning and been progressing too. And he was super clinical with the finish as well once DK got back up. So now, really impressive, man. He looked good.
Yeah, I mean that fight was something to see, but um, you mentioned earlier about your lack of ring experience and stuff. Do you feel like that's still the case because Kenny's got more experience now? Do you reckon that would affect you come fight night?
No, I think we've got the same experience. I think we both had 3 fights. So
Yeah,
actually it's a really good matchup. We both had 3 fights. I think we both won two, lost one. So it's actually perfect from that perspective. Do you know what I mean? Like it's um yeah, we've both been doing this for about the same amount of time. We've both been in the ring as much as each other as well. So yeah,
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's great.
Yeah. Obviously, just say the fight doesn't go the way you expect it to go. I think that's safe to say you did that with the Anthony Taylor fight, but just say this fight doesn't go the way you expect it to go and you do end up losing this fight. Are you gonna jump back in the ring afterwards, or is this it for you?
Um I mean, at this point in time, all I can see is me winning, to be honest with you. That's just where my mind is right
Yeah.
now. But I think I spend a lot of time, especially of recent, trying to make content on social media, which is quite positive, and trying to be encouraging of people to try and stay resilient when it comes to things that they want to do, and to understand that you might not get the instant results, but if you keep on working, then you'll get there.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I also feel like I have to live that message that I'm trying to spread as well. So it can't be a case of, because I've lost, that I suddenly go cry about it and just run away from the scenario. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
in
That's
my,
understandable.
I don't think I'm going to lose, but if I did for whatever reason, I don't think I would then walk away from it. But then obviously I have to be realistic. If I was absolutely outclassed, really hurt, and the doctors were like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this," then yeah, obviously then I would do. But
Yeah, yeah.
I can't see that.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny, like I said, was a hard opponent and stuff, but just say you do like overcome him and the fight does go your way, so vice versa from what I've just asked you. Do you have anyone in mind you
Yeah.
want to come up against next?
Oh, bro, there's so many people, man. Like, I'd love to fight. I'd love to fight Jay Swingler because I think it'll be really funny. His fan base is super strong, super amazing, and I'd be public enemy number one. And I think it would just be jokes in the build up for that. The top of the tree for me is Salt Pappy. I actually love that guy. He's hilarious and
Yeah.
he's just so dope at what he does. I'd love to test myself against him. The obvious ones are obviously if you get the chance to fight KSI, you have to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
yes to that absolutely immediately. But that goes without saying. But yeah, and Swarms would be jokes as well, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, because I feel like the whole occasion would just be fun. Like I know it's a little bit stupid because it's a real sport and it's dangerous, but I don't know if you can tell from my answers, but I find this whole thing so much fun. I would actually just pick my opponents on who's going to be the most fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't actually care about like, oh, this person's really good, or this is going to be a really hard fight. I'm like, do you know what? That would be a great experience. That would be a load of fun. Let's just get it cracking. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just say you did get your ideal fight, would you want that to be co-main event, main event, or would you not mind just want to get the fight done?
Oh, bro, I don't care, man. I think just having been involved in the first one, like the whole thing is so good. And the really special thing about the Misfits cards are like if you go to like a normal boxing event and the main event is going to be on at 10 p.m., like the arena won't be full until like quarter to 10, 9:30. When you go to Misfits, from like 6:30, the whole thing is just completely full up.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
it's
line
mental,
around the
isn't it?
block. You're still fighting in front of a full house, even if you're on first. So yeah, to me, I look obviously if I could fight KSI and headline the show, that would be absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. But similarly, if I'm fighting against Swarms and it's the first fight of the night, I'm completely fine with that. If I'm fighting against King Kenny in a rematch and it's the third fight of the night, I'm cool with that. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I like your mentality and what you've got there, but we're gonna wrap this one up now. Last question we've got for you. Do you have any final words for Kenny before you fight?
Um, Bro, I'd like to say thank you for choosing to fight me, because you really didn't have to do that. And I'm expecting that you chose to do that because you felt like I'd be a comfortable test for you. But I hate to say it, but you're gonna be wrong.
All right, bro. Thank you for having us on here. Thanks for joining. It's been an honor.
No worries, man. You take care of yourself.
You too, bro. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.